I am so excited about Live2Lead this year. If you've not been in the past, take a few minutes and look at some of the videos on our website from the past 2 years. But this will be our third year to host Live2Lead in sponsorship with the Irving Schools Foundation. But let me tell you about the speakers. And the more I learn about the speakers, the more I read about the speakers, the more I watch their YouTube clips, just the more pumped I'm getting. So let me start off. First, the program will be anchored by John Maxwell. And John Maxwell, I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about John because I think everybody in my tribe knows John. But he's going to be talking about his rewriting of his book, Developing the Leader Within. If you've not read that book, go grab it. There's summaries out there, but read the book. But he's rewriting it, and he's going to be bringing some great lessons of what he's learned since he wrote the original version that I think was 25 years ago. And he's also going to be talking about blind spots. We can't grow, we can't fix what we don't know we need to fix. It's kind of like having a garden. If you can't see the weeds, you can't yank the weeds out. So John will be spectacular, but listen to who he's going to be surrounded with. First of all, we're going to have Dave Ramsey. And Dave has had over 4 million people that have attended his Financial Peace University. He has 13 million people that listen to him in over 480 different markets every week. He's wrote 15 books. He's sold over 10 million copies. And this is what John says about Dave Ramsey. He said, there is nobody in the world, nobody, that's helping people get their financial houses in order the way that Dave Ramsey is. He's simply the best. He's got great content. He's got great energy. And if you think about it, we can't, as leaders, we can't give that which we don't have. There's nothing more important than developing fiscal responsibility within ourselves so that we can become more, so that we can give more. You're not going to want to miss Dave Ramsey. But the next speaker, I'm probably even more excited about. Her name is Cheryl Backelder. I must admit, I've just gotten to know her recently through the promotion of Live2Lead. But Cheryl is the former of Popeyes, and she was placed, Inc. magazine in March of 2017 did a review of the top 10 servant leaders, and guess who was number one? That's right, it was Cheryl, number one on the list. And Jim Cramer, you guys probably know Jim Cramer from Mad Money on CNBC. He calls Cheryl one of the 21. He's got a list of the 21 most bankable CEOs, meaning you can take their performance to the bank. You can just count on it. Now, she took over Popeyes as CEO in 2007. At the time, they had declining market share, declining profits, declining revenues. But she majorly turned that organization around. In fact, she raised the value of Popeyes from $300 million to $1.3 billion when she left earlier this year in 2017. But what impresses me more than just her financial and operational performance is the way she leads. You need to go to her website. I've got links that'll help you get there. Download some of her ebooks, download her book, Dare to Lead, or Dare to Serve, and learn a little bit more about her style. I think we can all relate to the way that Cheryl leads, and her principles are the type of principles that every one of us can apply. You're not going to want to miss Cheryl. Trust me, she's going to be fantastic. And then finally, we've got Don Yeager. You might remember Don. He's Sports Illustrated columnist. He's been a writer for them for years, executive publisher. He's going to be, and by the way, you got to start with the Dallas Morning News. He's going to be interviewing Warrick Dunn. Now, Warrick Dunn is a professional football player. In 1996, he was first-team All-American. He was a first-round draft pick in 97. He played for Tampa Bay. He played for the Atlanta Falcons. He's got a lot of records to his name. You can Google him and figure all that out. But what's more important to me than the results he's generated on the football field is the type of character that he lives off the football field. And when Warwick was 18 years old, his mom was a single mom and a police officer and was murdered in a robbery. She came in on a robbery, and you can only imagine what that would do to a young man. Warwick was in a position where he raised his 5 siblings, and he carried such bitterness and such anger towards the killers. And he started a charity to help get his mind right. It's called Home for the Holidays, where he gives homes to single moms, an amazing charity. But ultimately, what Warwick did was he went and met the killers on death row, and he went to meet with them to forgive them. And he said, I needed to do that to come to peace with myself and to really start living life with the kind of joy and to be able to give the kind of joy and the kind of happiness to others. And I just think an amazing story. There's some great videos out there. I'll try to highlight some of them on my website and through social media. But I just think Warwick's story is amazing. And I think every one of us could learn lessons from Warwick Dunn. So we're going to have an amazing lineup. Again, it's going to be an amazing day. You're not going to want to miss it. It's going to sell out quickly. So jump on, grab your tickets, and be a part of Live to Lead 2017. I look forward to seeing you there.